This is Glenn from Shotgun Mistress, and we've got a brand new single, Jude Judas, from our second album, which is Kings of the Revolution, and that is out in June. So we've got the first single, which is out on the 26th of January. So yeah, I'm really stoked for it all to come out.
I bet you are, brother. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. So, as you say, man, Shotgun Mistress released your new single, Jude Judas, on January the 26th. So, tell us a bit more about the song from a musical point of view and what you're going for with it.
Sure. Well, the track is it's as I said, it's the first single from the second album, and I guess it's kind of like your first album's always going to be test the waters and see what it's like, and you know, how we all work together as, I guess, a band family and a democracy, if you will. So the second album was a really good chance to sort of spread our wings. We know how everyone works. The recording process was 10 times easier. We all have a really good time working together as well. So only took until my fucking almost 40s to find a band that I actually get along with.
Well, Link, you got one.
Yeah, no. So it's the song itself. It's typical. The word Judas, obviously biblical in the fact where it's you've got a friend who kind of took advantage of you in a situation, and it's just a bit of a paying homage to a buddy of mine who gone through quite a lot of shit, but he's on the up and up. So this goes out to him.
Beautiful. And as we mentioned, it is the first song taken from the upcoming album Kings of the Revolution, which comes out in June. So why choose this song first to represent the album, I guess?
Yeah, it was tough. There's a couple of really good standout ones, and the second single I absolutely love, which is going to be coming out shortly after this one. And then even the third one is an amazing song, which we actually got Rusty from Electric Mary in to do some vocals as well. So that's a really good track. And that one is called Mary Jane. So that's fitting name as well, really, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure he's got a song called Mary Jane, hasn't he?
I'm not too sure they got a song called Mary Jane, but obviously being Electric Mary, they got Sweet Mary C. So yeah, it was quite fitting because I wrote the song not even thinking about having Rusty on board. So it was just one of those things that all went together really well. And but those three are great. But it's an album where we're super proud of the whole album and how it ended up, from production value to the writing process to the finished songs themselves. It's a real party album. It's got a lot more, I guess, dynamic compared to the first album, where the first album was still great, but except for maybe the last track being the ballad, it was all pretty much similar sort of vein each track. But these ones we've got like mid-tempo songs. We've got hard classic Shotgun Mistress style signature songs with the Velvet Revolver Pantera type vibe, but then we've also got some Aerosmith style stuff and ZZ Top vibes in there as well. So there's a lot of really a great mix.
Oh. This is your second album, mate. So going into that, did you sort of set yourself goals? Like you know what you want to achieve after the first one. So in the second one, do you set goals, or you've got a battle plan, or like what you wanted to achieve out of it?
Yeah, look, we're going independently with this one. It was something that we didn't really intend to do at the start, but we made it a part of, I guess, the structure of this release. I mean, as you know, like I do radio promotion for a living anyway, and I'm classified as an independent label. Regardless, so I thought, what stuff, I'm going to go in and really take the bull by the horns on this one. And I've known the Australian industry for many years. I've known you for a few years as well, which is great. And I really love and appreciate the support that you do, not just for us, but for metal and rock scene here, man. So thank you so much. But yeah, I mean the structure for this album was just to kick the last album's ass and also try and, I guess, incorporate multiple tours. I think because last time we had issues with COVID and not being able to tour. We didn't tour until a year after the first album was released, and even that was, mainly supporting Electric Mary on their Australian tour. So, we got plans in place. I know we're going to have an Australian headline tour through Select Touring. Looking good for Japan as well, which will be good. Obviously, we've got GlamFest coming up in February. And so we'll be coming up your way shortly, so that'll be fun.
Yes, we should catch up on that beers.
Yeah, absolutely, because I know that you're heading there, aren't you?
I'll be there for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I actually looked after Janet Gardner when she was up over here last time. I was doing the tour management for her, so I've been catching up with her as well.
She's a legend. Her and her husband are awesome.
Yeah, lovely people. Lovely, which actually leads me on to the next question. It was like we worked this out, mate, but we didn't. But you've got a big month coming up in February, like along doing the national run for GlamFest, which features Slaughter, Lynch Mob, H.E.A.T, there's Janet Gardner and more, mate. Like, you must be pretty pumped for that. There's some pretty big names in there.
Oh, and it's not just our first, I guess, big festival, but it's our first festival tour. So having this to come out this pretty much a couple of weeks after the first single of the album comes out, it couldn't have come at a better time. And being able to release, had all this build up this month to the first single, and then going straight into talking about GlamFest and getting all video and content up for that, and then literally bang after that, then we go and do the promo for the second single as well. So GlamFest, we're stoked. I mean, as you know, you've got the likes of Slaughter and Lynch Mob, George Lynch, guitarist for Dokken as well, who did a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. Janet Gardner, as you were talking about, from Vixen. Cruel Intentions, Sisters Doll is high up there on the food chain this time, so it's really good to see some Aussie up and coming bands be so high up in the roster, which is really, really good. But I guess the thing that I'm most excited about is, aside from Taiketo and Jetboy and all these awesome, amazing bands, it's the local guys. And there's a few bands there that I've always wanted to have the chance to share the stage with and see them live. And Ragdoll from Perth, awesome band. Never seen them live. I guess commented every now and again online, but haven't really met them before. So it'd be really good to see them. Ablaze, good mates of Blaze. We, over the years, we still haven't played together. We've always organised gigs, but never actually did it. Sisters Dollar said, Wicked Smile and Cassidy Paris. Obviously, where one band is, the other one follows with Cassidy, because Steve, the guitarist, is the father of Cassidy. So
they worked that well, haven't they?
I know, really did, yeah. And Steve, actually, I mean, I haven't really spoken to Steve before, but Steve is, he used to be a guitarist in the Radio Sun, if you remember that band, with Jace Old, and me and Jace are really good mates. So, and then there's heaps of other bands as well on the bill. So we're just stoked to not just be a part of one Melbourne show, but all three. So yeah, cannot wait.
Oh, which you've done this again, mate, but you've led me into the next question beautifully. Like that is one of the best things about GlamFest this year, I think, is a number of Aussie bands. Like you mentioned, there's Sisters Dole, Cross On, Cassidy Paris, Wicked Smile, Ragdoll. Like these days, I don't think festivals give Australian bands enough time on lineups these days. But this one, it's more than half, pretty much. So it's testament to the fact that Aussie bands are doing so well. Yeah,
and Danny is he doesn't need to do that either. It's most promoters, as you brought people out as well, mate. So exactly what it's like. It's about bums on seats at the end of the day, and I understand that completely. So having so many local acts on board, but I think he's really done his homework with being able to get this many bands on, because they're at such a caliber that they like. I've seen a couple of them live and they're phenomenal. So they definitely give headliners a run for their money too. So really, really stoked.
Oh yeah. Now back to you guys. Like Shotgun Mistress have built your reputation around your explosive live shows. So for people who might not have seen you before, what are they going to expect?
Oh, it's just it's classic LA Strip sleaze rock, but we try to sort of bring the stadium glam and glitz to local pubs. But this is obviously 2,000 capacity venues, so we get a little bit more room to breathe and run around. I guess there's a lot of bands. Sorry, there's cockies in the background.
You're living in the sticks.
Yeah, living in the sticks, mate. Living as a rock and roller. So I think from a live perspective, we don't have anything digital. We're all old school vowels. We like to keep it sort of as original and as easy as possible when it comes to our live performances. We just let the music and the performance of the talking.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is you doing it or something strange is going on, but I keep getting the thumbs up come up on my screen. I had thumbs down coming up on my screen. Are you getting that too?
No, I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, it's 3 times now it's come up and it's been the thumbs down. I'm thinking, like, what's he trying to tell me?
No, sorry, mate. Unless I think the phone might be on a cable here, maybe. I'll give that a crack.
So you recently did some sold out tours with Electric Mary and Palace of the King. Like, I know tours like that are a lot of fun, bro, but what do you learn about yourselves and your music as a band going on a trip like that, playing with bands like that to sold out crowds?
I think you always go into it, especially if you're a green band that hasn't done a lot of touring, especially with other bands that have been around for many years, like Rusty and the boys have, and Timmy and the boys have. So you always go in. You're like, we're gonna knock them off the stage, sort of thing. Because there's always a bit of fun banter when it comes to that. There's nothing ego driven about it. It's just a bit of fun. But then you go there and you see these dudes play. You're like, these guys are amazing. So I guess you learn to be a little bit more humble. You learn how, I guess, each other work together, not just from playing odd gigs, but obviously touring and being in such a small environment together. And you also build up stamina. I think is a really, really good thing when it comes to touring. And unfortunately, when it comes to the end of tours, even though sometimes you might be burnt out, you've also built up this amazing stamina that like going to the gym. When you stop doing it, then you become a stick again. Exactly.
Now, you mentioned headlining an Australian tour earlier. Have you got dates and stuff for that we can tell people about?
Which one, sorry?
Your headlining tour of Australia.
So the album's out mid-June, so we haven't announced dates yet, but we're looking at doing Japan straight afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be for a couple of weeks, and then we'll come back and probably do the Aussie tour sometime in maybe July, August, I reckon. So I guess keep watching this space.
Sounds good, bro. All right, well, thanks for your time today, Glenn. As usual, pleasure speaking with you. The single Jude Judas is out January 26th. The album in June, so keep an ear out for it all, and we'll catch you soon at GlamFest.
You're a legend, mate. I'll see you there for a beer.
Accounting for nothing, a tribute to all that we have. I'm free falling, I'm screaming from suffering, so loud I awaken the dead. Held tight, this prison of mine, I helped to build this cage for myself. We fight, cause we live in a lie. Is there someone that could bring me some help? Jude Judas, you left me high and dry. You left me here to die. Jude Judas, I'm in the firing line. You left me here to die. There's no escape, no time to waste, so don't waste your time on these old mistakes. So don't buy your lies, you can't buy my time. No matter where we break and the time it takes, the less we make, the choice we make, it's better off we say goodnight. Judas, you